Aloha and welcome back to the channel. So this is kind of a quick update to the update, if you will. I wanted to talk about the cost of this setup because I neglected to bring up cost as a driver in my previous video. So the easiest way to do this, if you have a bunch of money to burn, is to go out and buy these things. Pre-built, you can find them. Real Sim Gear makes some very good looking flight sim hardware. Go to their website, you're going to see a lot of good looking stuff. And I've seen a lot of great reviews on Real Sim Gear. I don't want to make it as if I'm bashing them. I've heard great things. But to me, it's a little pricey. And I'm going to touch on that right now. So for them, the 750 would be, I got notes right here. It's $600. The 650 would run you $550. And the GFC 500 would run you $350. So we're talking $1,500. And there are discounts available, by the way. So if you're a member of Flight Sim Association, you can get a discount. So $1,350 to $1,500 to buy this stuff pre-built for you. Now, if you do it the way I did it, and there's an alternative way I'll talk about in a second, but if you do what I did here, $80 for the touchscreen. Each one of these dual rotaries was $13, so $26. All my buttons combined came in a box, and it was $9. The rotary encoders come in sets of 5, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's 5 here, so that's $9. The PLA that I printed this out, $15. The Nano, there's an Arduino Nano running the 650, 750. I bought a pack of 3 of the Nanos for $20, but it's about $7 to get one. There's a Mega that's running this 500. So the Mega itself is 20 bucks. And DuPont wiring, I built my own, but if you buy the wiring kits, that would run you $6 per kit. It would take about 2 kits to really build this the right way. So we're talking about $12. So top down here, the value, if you will, of what I've built is $178. So not too shabby. 178 bucks gets you this. Now the alternative way doesn't talk about the 500, but this area here can be done with a tablet. So if you have a tablet, you can run what's called Space Desk, which is free software, and get the touchscreen equivalent. From there, you would just have to have a housing that goes around, and you would just need the rotary encoders and the buttons and the dual rotary encoders, plus the housing that you'd have to design and build. I did design a couple. I built one for a Samsung Galaxy Tab. I think it's the A7 Lite. It's either the A7 or the A8 that exactly matches the dimensions of a 650, 750 combined. I don't know why, but Samsung just happened to build one like that. And I also designed one for, I think it's an Amazon Fire HD 10 tablet as well. But you're still talking $26 here, plus the buttons are still about, 10, so 36, 46. So you're still talking about $60 roughly if you throw in the cost of the PLA as well. But that's all it would take for this part is that. So you'd save a little bit over just having the touchscreen. The reason I didn't go that route on mine is my tablet, which is that Samsung Galaxy one, had a screen timeout. And it would time out at 30 minutes no matter what I did. So I even tried using third-party apps to force the screen to stay on, and it didn't work. So I wasn't happy with that forced screen timeout, so I just said, well, I'm going to stick with this. But you can see price-wise, mine, $178. It's the way I went. Now, you may be saying, well, I don't have a 3D printer. Well, if you look at the price differential, and let me scoot around because I'm sitting on my legs here. With that price differential, let me kind of point here. You could spend $200 to $300 on a 3D printer and still be less than a third of the price of the Real Sim Gear hardware. So if you're somebody who wants to get into this, if you really want to start tinkering around with this, that's the way to do it, because you can kind of justify the cost. Hey, you're saving money compared to buying full hardware sets. And if you look in here, this compass, 3D printed. All these bezels, 3D printed. These gauges, 3D printed. The throttle quadrant, 3D printed. The trim wheel, 3D printed. Everything here was 3D printed. So my 3D printer has paid for itself multiple times over. I can't advocate for a 3D printer enough. Maybe this could be your excuse to buy one. But that's just my quick update to my update, because I really wanted to talk cost of this setup. So if you have any questions, comments, concerns about the cost of the setup, or about how I did it, or tablet versus touchscreen, let me know. Now, I want to throw out there that I'm not trying to bash Real Sim Gear at all. Their hardware looks phenomenal. It's just very expensive. So if you have the money to burn, you know, I couldn't advocate enough for them. I think their stuff looks great. I don't have the money to burn, so I just built my own. So please don't take this as a bash against them. I think their stuff looks phenomenal. I just can't speak to it because I haven't used it, because I haven't put the money into it. I mean, maybe I will just do a review. If I get money to burn, maybe I will. That's probably going to mean I won the lottery or something crazy. But yeah, so that's my update to my update. Hopefully that helps somebody out there. Again, questions, comments, concerns, throw them below. You know, stay safe, and as always, happy flying out there.